And we have one more combat to resolve. Similar situation here. We've got speed of the attacker being 2, +1 for dive, +1 for veteran, which is a 4, versus a speed of 2, -1 for being rigid. So again, we got a +3, -3 situation going on. Let's go ahead and roll for the attackers. And that is a really bad roll. That's no hits. Let's roll for the defender. And another bad roll. No hits all around. Let's go ahead for cohesion. First the attacker. That's a 5, +1 attacker, +1 veteran, but then -1 no radios. That's going to be a 6, which is 1 level of disruption. So that's a disruption on Q. And we mark them with low ammo. Let's roll cohesion for the defender. They roll a 7. -1 for having no radios is 1 level of disruption. And they are also marked low ammo. All right, dogfight. Similar situation. The defender is going to try to force a dogfight. The attacker is going to try to avoid it. So blue for attacker, red for defender. All right, so in this case, speed and veteran quality is going to ensure that the attacker avoids the dogfight. All right, that is the conclusion of the air combat. And let's go ahead and do the administration phase. So at this point, the flak battery is going to switch to barrage mode, and they're going to stick a barrage right here. That way, as the bombers move through, you'll be able to affect multiple of them. All right, now at the conclusion of these combats, several things happened. The wing formation split up. They're no longer in a wing formation, so we're going to take away this, let's see, C being the only one that didn't tally at this point, they're going to place their vector here. A has a tally now on R, and B has a tally on Q. But C places its own vector in the last spot where the wing leader had their vector. All right, let's go ahead and advance the turn marker. It's now turn 3. Let's start with the tally phase. So let's have the attacker or the raider make their tallies first. And we are going to have J. They're going to try to tally D up here. J is not veteran, but they're looking through these clouds just ever so slightly. So there's going to be a -2 to the roll. So they're going to need to roll pretty high. So here goes J's tally attempt. It is a 5. -2 for clouds is 3. That's not enough. K is going to try to tally. We're going to have them hold out, try to react against the bombers. All right, attacker now, or the defender. Let's have them try to tally. We're going to have 1 tally attempt. This is our wing leader right here. They are going to try to tally this guy right here. Now, if he succeeds, he's going to be able to do some orders. Now, this is a large formation, so +2. Broken clouds is a -2, so it's going to be a net of 0 to the roll. He needs a 1, 2, 3. He needs a 4. This is going to be not that easy. Well, it bounced out, and it's a 1. So they failed to make a tally attempt. And again, because they're in a wing formation, only one of them makes a roll. I'm sorry, because they have no radios. All right, let's go to the movement phase now. Escorts move first. Now, these bombers are going to fly in and then fly right back out. So this guy is going to keep his formation. They are actually going to fly here. Let's see if I can sort this out. A little bit of a stacking problem here. Okay. All right, so this guy flies in here. This guy flies in here. These bombers go 1, 2, and drop their bombs. So here goes double use bombs. But at the moment they fly through a barrage marker, we do resolve the flak attack. So let's go ahead and resolve the barrage. It's a 6. And modifiers, I don't think are going to bring it up. No. Nope, so no effect. No effect. All right, and then these guys are going to go here, and they also flew into a flak zone, so they're going to roll for roll their flak attack on them. That is an 8. An 8 is going to cause a cohesion check. So notice that barrage attacks are more likely to cause a cohesion check than direct flak on a 7 or 8. So let's roll their cohesion. And they pass easily. And then these bombers also move here and here. Okay, now this guy, he disrupted last turn. Per the scenario rules, once a bomber disrupts, they have to return to base, but he dropped his bomb, so he returns to base anyways. So here he goes. He's going to go... to avoid that flak, what they're going to do is they're going to change altitude as they fly home. They're going to go 1. Now that is the first movement point is considered spent moving into here. So no movement points were spent here, so the barrage is not going to affect this guy. So 1, 2, and bombers, after when they're returning to base, they do benefit from the +1 to dive. So 1, 2, 3. Next up, we've got the these little situations here. This guy, oh, I'm sorry, we forgot to make this guy's tally attempt. He would have tried to tally this lead bomber, which was back here at the time. So let's go ahead and roll his tally roll. It's a 5. That's a success. Okay. So C is going to place his tally on these lead bombers. And at this point, he's going to fly in there and try to cause some trouble to the bombers. So he's going to fly head on to avoid the escort reaction. So he's going to go 1. Oh, let's see. He's going to come out of the sun. He's going to come head on and out of the sun like that. But he does have to roll the barrage because the barrage affects him as well. So let's roll barrage on that fighter. And it is a 7. Oh dear. Okay, so that is going to cause a cohesion roll. Not good, because his cohesion, he breaks more easily. All right, the only modifiers here are green, which he is, so that's really bad. Okay, so -1 for green. 5, 6, 7. Oh, great. He disrupted. All right. So he's going to go into this battle disrupted already. But he is marked with a dive marker. Now, these guys right here, since their tallies are on each other, they're going to stay put. This guy's going to be the diving fighters. CR32s are going to be the attacker because they were marked with a dive marker, so their speed is greater at the point of movement, but now they lose their dive marker because they didn't dive this turn. But they will be the attacker in each of these combats. Now these guys have to fly towards their vector, but they don't want to go too far, so we're going to have them scoot up just one like that. All right. Combat phase. Let's see, the first step is we do resolve the bombing attacks. So this bomber did manage to drop his bombs undisrupted. So let's go ahead and take his bomb load marker off. We don't roll for the success, it's just automatically 1 victory point. So we're just going to mark it with a single hit like that. All right, let's go ahead and resolve this combat. These guys are attacking head on. These are the I-15s. All right, so they have a speed of 2. +1 for dive. -1 because they're green, -1 because they are disrupted. So it's only a 1. The JU-52s have a speed of 1. They don't have their bombs anymore, so it's just a straight up 0 versus 0. Now these guys have edge, so they will get a +1. They will go up. So they'll roll on the +1 column. These guys will roll on the 0 column. All right, let's roll for the attacker. And that's a 6 -2 for head on. And it's going to be a no hit. Oh, it is a bounce though, so I should, let's see, so it's 6 +1, 7, 6, 5. That's still going to be, that's no hits. Yep. All right, let's do the defender. They roll an 8. -2 for head on is a 6. No hits. And let's roll for cohesion. So here goes the attacker. They're already disrupted. And that's going to be another level of disruption for them. So they are going to break. Okay. The bombers, let's roll their cohesion. And they're fine. Okay. So they lose their tally marker. And they'll have to return to base. Okay, now in these battles up here, we're going to have, let's do this one first. As the attacker, they can choose speed or turn, doesn't matter. Let's just stick with turn. Their speed is a 2, +1 for veteran. These guys are 2, -1 for being rigid, so +2, -2. There goes the attacker. And they score a 9. A 9, and these guys have an expert, so that's a 10. A 10 on the +2. That's 2 hits. All right, let's confirm these hits with a +1 modifier to each one. That's a kill, that's no effect. So A is going to suffer another loss. Let's roll for the defenders on the -2. And it's a 9. That's a single hit. Let's roll their the hit check. And no effect. All right, cohesion. First the attacker. 10. +1 for attacker, +1 for veteran, -1 no ammo, -1 no radio. And they pass. Amazingly, they are not even disrupted yet. The defender, let's check their cohesion. That's bad. 6, 5, 4, 3, no radio, 2. They're broken. That's 2 levels of disruption. Okay, one more battle here. Now these guys are both disrupted, so it's going to be a similar thing, +2, -2 between these guys. So let's go ahead and roll for the attacker. Now, they have the same speed. I think the best thing I should have had the last guys do this. They're going to evade. They're going to evade because they have the same speed. They can at least evade. So let's do that. A -1 to each roll. Here goes the attacker. 6, 7, 8, 9. -1 is 8. And I weren't able to avoid still 2 hits. Here goes hit checks for 2 hits. That's a loss. That is no effect. So we have a loss on B. And for the attacker, or the defender, it's rolling -2. 5, 6, 7, 8. -1 for evading. Oh, so the evasion only hurt them. It made it so that they didn't score any hits. All right, cohesion for the attacker is a 7. +1 attacker, +1 veteran, -1 ammo, -1 no radio. Well, they pass, but just barely. So they are now low ammo. Now let's roll for the defender. And they are going to break. All right. So these tally markers come off for A and B. They're both broken. Whereas these guys still have their tallies on these guys. So we are not looking good. It's not looking good here for the Republic. They've already sustained 3 losses. The Nationalists only have there's 1 bomber that went down. And there's a hit on the factory. It's going to be a tough fight for the Republic to come out on top. All right, so administration phase, the barrage marker is going to stay here. And let's advance the turn marker. And we will continue with turn 4 next.